Hey, what is going on, guys? KrowOfMurder15 here, and welcome to my Game Awards 2021 video where I sit here and talk about the new releases that were announced, world premieres that were announced during the Game Awards last night. I apologize if I look like ass right now because I just woke up about an hour ago and the Game Awards lasted longer than I anticipated. I thought, oh, a couple hours, and I forget it's always about 3 or so. Plus, I was watching during the pre-show where they make announcements as well. So I have my list of all the things that were announced last night. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to talk about a little bit of everything. Some a little bit more than others, more about things that caught my interest a little bit more, or something I might feel like, okay, why are they doing this? But please keep in mind that anything that I say about these games is completely opinionated. And I know that a lot of these are just brand new announcements, and I shouldn't fully judge a game until it comes out, but these are just like my first impressions, that kind of stuff. So, and this is in order from when they were announced, from pre-show to the very end of the Game Awards. So let's get into this, guys. Okay, so the first game that we had announced was Tunic, which is going to be released on March 16th, 2022. I also did my best to try to get the release dates for these, and I didn't get everything, so I apologize. So Tunic looks like a standard adventure game, very, very Zelda-like, very influenced by Zelda. It's got a very cute look to it. You're this little fox that goes off on an adventure. It looks really cute. I honestly would give this game a chance, but I definitely feel the Legend of Zelda inspiration behind this game. Next, we got another announcement for King of Fighters 15. Cronin was announced as a character. Now, I actually never got into the King of Fighters series. I love fighting games, but that was one that kind of slipped under my radar. So, that just honestly did not, like, it looked cool, but it's like one of those, skip. Next, we got the announcement for a new horror game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is going to be another multiplayer survival horror game where a group of players has to defend themselves against the killer. And honestly, I wouldn't mind these games. My problem with these games is there's way too many of them. I mean, we just got an announcement that even Dragon Ball is doing a game like this. And now in the Dragon Ball universe, I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But I don't know. I just feel like we're getting overwhelmed by them. I'm sure this is going to be a pretty cool game. But it's like, if you're going to do horror games, or it's something like that, group all of them together, kind of like how Dead by Daylight does. They already have Jigsaw, they have Freddy Krueger, they have Ghostface. Clump them all together in one game rather than making them individually, because you already have the Friday the 13th game. And now we're getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's just, I don't know. If you're going to do horror icons, group them all together into one game, in my opinion. Or if you're going to do a horror-based survival game, multiplayer game like Dead by Daylight, keep the enemies and the monsters separate from what we actually know, and have your own original creations. That's just my opinion, though. It looks good, don't get me wrong. Homeworld 3. Some of these I will say I'm going to have to look up on Google because I honestly don't remember every single one of them, so okay, Homeworld 3. This is the space looking one. It's a upcoming real-time strategy game being developed, and it's supposed to be near the holiday season of 2022. Visually, it looked good, but that's all I can really say about it. So that's about it. We got the announcement that Telltale's Games is finally back making a new game called The Expanse. It's based off of a Amazon show on Amazon Prime. The game itself, I'm not too about. But the fact that Telltale's is finally back excites me because I've always enjoyed almost any of Telltale's games, like the Walking Dead series, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Wolf Among Us. All those games are fantastic. So to hear that Telltale's is finally back is absolutely amazing. So let's see what we got next. Next we have Babylon's Fall. Now, if I remember correctly, this one was a very Diablo-esque, a very Diablo-esque style game. Developed by Platinum Games. Platinum always does a great job. Square Enix is behind the helm on this one. The battle system, funny enough, really reminded me of Final Fantasy 15, how Noctis kind of had his plethora of weapons that he could kind of just scope through. So something like that's going to be really interesting. Next, we have some updates to Chivalry 2. We're getting new maps and items. There is currently a Christmas event going on that is free right now. And I'm not huge on Chivalry 2, but it looks cool. Next, we have Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Well, this is the big DLC that is supposed to be coming out, I believe, summer of 2022. This is going to be a huge expansion to Monster Hunter Rise, very similar to how Iceborne was to Monster Hunter World. I need to get back into playing Monster Hunter, honestly. I haven't touched it in a while just because of the plethora of games that I've been playing recently, but it looks good. Along with that, they also announced 3 new Amiibos that are going to be coming out, and they all look great. I find it fascinating that Amiibos are still a thing, and it's not to discredit Nintendo or anything or say that, oh, they need to stop making them. I am just honestly surprised they have lasted longer than Skylander toys and Disney Infinity. Just Nintendo knows how to market, so it's cool to see that kind of stuff. All right, moving on, we have a game called, this one confused me, Thirsty Suitors. I don't know what to make of this game, mainly because I don't know, guys. This one was weird. It looked like a weird combination of like, it gave me Scott Pilgrim vibes with the X's trying to fight the original suitors, and I don't know about this one. Next we have Evil West that's coming out next year. It's a very gritty, demon-esque style game with a old-timey Western vibe to it, with some tech elements into it. It looks pretty good. And then we have Planet of Lana. I'm going to have to look this one up again. Okay, Planet of Lana. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I remember this one. This one had it's a 3D side-scrolling sci-fi adventure game. It gave me a lot of vibes from from puzzle platformers such as Limbo, Inside, Journey, and visually it looks really good. So I can't wait to see what goes on with this one. Oh, yes. I missed one. This is what's supposed to be before this one. I apologize. Have a Nice Death. This game looks incredible. It's going to be in early access in March of 2022. It is a side-scrolling, very similar to Dead Cells, Hollow Knight. The art style really reminds me of Hollow Knight, and it looks incredible, and I cannot wait to play this. So going after that, then Planet of Lana was supposed to be next. After that, Persona 4, the fighting game, it's Ultimax, I forget exactly what it's called, is finally getting a re-release for PlayStation 4 and the Switch. So that's going to be cool to see. I have slowly been getting into the Persona series. I started with Persona 5, funny enough, and I am interested to play the other games. And all that, literally all of that, was just the pre-show. So I'm going to try to skim past, or not skim past, but briefly talk about all the stuff that was announced during the actual show, because this video is already running almost to 10 minutes right now. So let's get to it. Hellblade 2 finally got its first gameplay trailer. Looks absolutely stunning. This did not look like gameplay footage at all, but it was all meshed together with in-game footage and gameplay, and looks absolutely stunning. Now, will I play this? Probably not, because I tried playing the first Hellblade game, and the whole schizophrenia thing, while I think it's amazing and it's interesting to see in a game interpretation of somebody that actually suffers schizophrenia, I just personally couldn't do it. It just really messed with me personally. We got our first look of a new Star Wars game called Star Wars Eclipse. This is supposed to be during the High Republic era, right around the time of the prequels is what I'm kind of guessing, because I just got really big prequel vibes. It looked like we had Naboo, Coruscant. It looks amazing. So, okay, next we have Lost Ark. This is, okay, yeah, this was the online game. It is a MMO RPG that is developed by, let me see, Smilegate. Amazon Game Studios is publishing it. It looks like a standard MMO RPG that kind of has a little bit of Diablo-esque vibes to it. It looks good. A game that nobody saw coming. We got an announcement of a Wonder Woman game from Warner Brother Games and DC, of course, at the helm. If it's anything like any of the previous Batman Arkham games as far as quality and gameplay, we're in for a treat. I'm not the biggest Wonder Woman fan, but to the Wonder Woman fans that are out there and everything, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. It was just a standard teaser trailer. We didn't get any gameplay or anything like that, but if it's anything like the Arkham series, we're in for a treat. Next, we finally got an announcement for Alan Wake 2. Now, I haven't played through the original Alan Wake. I know that the remaster just came out recently, like a few months ago, and I really want to play through it because it looks interesting as crap. And it was more of an action game in the first one, and the developer even said for Alan Wake 2 they are going to be focusing strictly on survival horror. So if you wanted more horror elements to Alan Wake, this is the game to wait for. And this is supposed to be releasing in 2023, so we still have some time to wait on this. We got our first movie trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and the first time I saw Sonic, I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty good video game movie. It's not the greatest, but man, does it actually do better than a lot of other video game movies out there. And I feel like they're going to do this movie justice. They're picking up right after the first one. We have Tails, who is actually being voiced by the original video game voice actress for Tails. Jim Carrey as Robotnik looks fantastic in this one. Looking more like Robotnik in this one. And I know that was a lot of people's complaint in the first movie, but it looks great. The fact that Knuckles got revealed, even though we knew Knuckles was going to be in it, and he's actually on Robotnik's side like he was in the games at first, because that's just something with Knuckles. He's always, manipulated by Robotnik, but it looks great. Then we got our first gameplay trailer of Horizon Forbidden West. I have not gotten into the Forbidden series. Nikki really likes it. She played the first one, and this one looks fantastic. Essentially, from what she described it to me, it's kind of like a high-tech Monster Hunter, but it looks fantastic. Next, we got the announcement, and it's already out right now as far as I can tell, on Epic Games. We finally got the PC release of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I have been predicting this for a long time, because mostly whenever Final Fantasy games come out, or exclusive ones for PlayStation, normally it takes about a year or two before it comes out on PC or other consoles, and I just knew it was a matter of time before this would get a PC release. So this didn't surprise me, but it's cool to see that they're actually going to be able to put this on PC so more players can get access to it, because I haven't personally played through it, but I watched my buddy Chris play through it, and it is a fantastic game that you definitely have to check out. We got another trailer for The Witch Queen, which is the new DLC coming out for Destiny 2. I'm honestly surprised Destiny is still running. I'm a little pissed at Destiny because where they made the base game free to play, and basically all of those people that paid full $60 for the game when it originally came out, and now it's free to play, and we got no benefits for spending that $60 on the game, kind of pisses me off a little. So I'm a little salty about that, but I will say the new trailer for Witch Queen does look good. Slitterhead. This game took me by surprise. It is made by one of the people that worked on the original Silent Hill, and it looks like essentially a very parasitic horror game where all these people transform into these insect nightmarish creatures. It looks crazy, so I can't wait to check that out. Nightingale. Now, if I remember, let me see what this one was. No, not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Nightingale is a shared world survival crafting game. Essentially, it's going to be players getting together, going through these portals and these gates to go through different time eras of older times, nothing modern as far as I'm aware, to fight these abominations in different worlds. It looks interesting. I think it's going to be pretty good. We got a short look at Lord of the Rings Gollum. It was a very, very short trailer. I've always been a fan of the Lord of the Rings series, so it looks pretty cool. That's all I've really got to say about that. We finally got a date for the new Cuphead DLC that I have been waiting a long time for. The Delicious Last Course, which is going to be coming out June 30th, 2022. We're gonna have a brand new island, which is funny enough called the DLC Islands. We're finally gonna get our third character. It just looks great, so I'll be waiting for that. We finally got a bigger look into Sonic Frontiers, which I like to personally call The Legend of Sonic Breath of the Frontiers, because it looks like the very first open world Sonic game, and I got some major Breath of the Wild vibes. That's not a bad thing, so that's going to be cool to look at. Jesus Christ, I just realized we're already 18 minutes into this video, so I am really going to try to quit rambling and just go through these and give a very, very short description of what I thought about it. We got a trailer for a movie called Nightmare Alley, very focused circus horror-based. It looks pretty interesting. We got some information on a new Warhammer Vermintide DLC. Looks pretty cool. I haven't played that much of it. We got a bigger look at Tchia, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know what to make of that game, honestly. It looks visually great, but I don't know what to make of it personally. We got a new look at the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Looks really good. If they do it, it's kind of over-the-shoulder third person, where you can play as 4 different members of the Suicide Squad. Looks pretty good. Which is coming out in 2022. We got a look at a game called Forspoken, which essentially it looks like a girl coming from modern times into this mystical realm, and essentially being judged as a witch or somebody that is a hellspawn that has come to destroy, and she's trying her best to help him out. So it looks good. We also got an announcement for Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I'm not big on Warhammer. I'll skip that one. We got a new look at the new reboot of Saints Row, which is coming out August 2022. I've played a couple of the Saints Row games. Looks good. Fall Guys is getting a Nightmare Before Christmas update. I'm surprised Fall Guys is actually still around. Not that it's a bad game, but it just kind of fell off the map. We got a Dune game coming out. Dune Spice Wars looks interesting. We got a more in-depth look into the Borderlands spinoff, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. We actually got a look into the story of the game. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait for this one. Among Us VR got announced. This surprised me, not in the least, because of how popular Among Us is. I'm honestly surprised that they waited this long to do it. Doke V, I've got nothing to say about it. Genshin Impact is finally getting some new characters. I need to get back into playing Genshin Impact. They look good. Steel Rising. I need to find out what that one is. Okay, so Steel Rising's very Bloodborne-esque style game, action role-playing video game. I thought at first it was going to be an official trailer for Lies of P because of the style, the very Victorian-era style of it. Looks pretty good. Then we got, let's see, Metal Hellsinger. Holy shit, I did not see this game coming, and it looks great. Essentially, it is a rhythm first-person shooter that is being headed by some of today's lead heavy metal artists, such as like Lamb of God, Trivium. A bunch of different people are on board for this, and it looks cool. So it's like any metalhead's dream. A mobile game for Rocket League called Rocket League Sideswipe got announced. Cool. I like Rocket League, so nothing there. A Plague Tale Requiem, very reminiscent of something like Dishonored, Victorian era Plague. Looks all right. We have a... All right, sorry about that, folks. Had a little bit of a coughing fit. But let's see. Next was Star Trek Resurgence. I've never been a huge Trekkie, so that one I could kind of skim over. Rumbleverse. I'll pass on that. It just looks like another stereotypical Battle Royale game that just looks extremely cartoony. I'll pass on that. Dying Light 2, Stay Human. I never played any of the Dying Light game, or the first Dying Light, so, but it looks good. Crossfire. I need to look up what that one is. Or Crossfire X, that's what it's called. Standard military first-person shooter. I'll skip over that one. We've got too many of those. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. I predicted that this was going to be a Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale, and I was completely correct. GTFO finally got its version 1.0 release. It is out now. I haven't checked it out any yet, but Chorus Rises 1. Let me see what this one was. I do not. Space combat video game. Okay, so yeah, I remember this one now. Reminds me a lot of like Star Fox-esque type of space travel shooting and stuff, so looks pretty good. We got our first look at the Halo live action series. I know a lot of people are going to give this movie, or not movie, this series crap just because anything that they try to do live action, they don't do a good job. But honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I'll give it a chance. We got a new story trailer for Elden Ring, which I honestly think that they should have ended the show with for the big reveal. But I think it looks really good. I know there's a gameplay trailer of it out there, and I need to look that up too. Nikki is extremely excited about it because she's a huge fan of the Elden Ring series. Synced Off Planet. What was that one? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's a companion shooter set in a techno-apocalyptic future. Looking at the gameplay and stuff, it reminds me like very much like some, you know, post-apocalyptic zombie stuff. Looks pretty good. Arc Raiders. I remember this one vaguely. Okay, yeah, it looks like a first-person shooter, or not first-person, over-the-shoulder shooter. Co-op elements. Look pretty cool. We got a very, very short clip of the new Matrix Resurrections movie. I like the Matrix. I'm not a huge fan of it, but okay, cool. And then we also got the last announcement, which was the Matrix Awakens. It is a look at the Unreal 5 engine. Completely free right now to check out. And that's it for announcements. Unfortunately, we did not get a lot from Nintendo, which I was slightly disappointed on because I wanted some more information on the Breath of the Wild sequel, which literally only got 5 seconds of here's what's coming out in 2022, along with a few other games. But that's my analysis. That's what I think of most of the games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And 2022 is looking to be a good year for gaming if everything can be kept on schedule just due to COVID and everything. So until then, next time, guys, I will catch you all next year for the Game Awards, which actually they will be having their summer thing in 2022, Summerfest, so we'll check that out and see what games are coming out then, and we will catch you next time.